morning, guys. It's Brian Kane and Chris Oursler with DCA Outdoor, and the day has finally arrived. We are really excited about this video, which is tree planting, and we're gonna discuss all the different tactics used to have a successful transplant. And I guess I'm gonna go ahead and start with how we got these trees here. These trees came from Schwott Brothers Tree Farms out in Atherton, Missouri. And for landscape contractors and landscape, municipalities, delivery is a great way to be efficient and saves your company time and money. So we got these delivered by our transportation, and the best part is that they unloaded it for us. These are some big 2-inch red point maples. So we got these delivered, and Chris is going to go ahead and talk about the site selection and why it's important to talk about mature heights and widths. So I'm going to pass it off to Chris.
So we're looking at a red point maple, Acer rubrum. That's a red maple, and these guys are pyramidal maple, about 45 foot tall by about 35 foot wide. So we chose our site. We're in this typical medium here. Here is our little flag indicating where we're going to put it. Of course, we called in our utility locates very first thing, so we can make sure when we're digging, we're not hitting anything vital, and we're not paying big fat bills and dealing with all sorts of headaches. So we set up this particular site selection between the curb and the sidewalk. We know that this tree, we're going to end up doing a 48-inch hole with this tree, so it's about twice the size of that plug. So we got this puppy dead center. We're about a foot from the curb and a foot from the sidewalk, and we spaced these trees about 60 foot apart. It's tree planting time. Now, to determine the size of our hole, the diameter of that hole is going to be twice the size of the plug, root ball, container, what have you. So we're going to determine from the edge of this trunk to the edge of this pot is 12 inches. So we got a 24-inch diameter here, so we know we need to do a 48-inch hole. So we're going to come off of this bad boy, which indicates our location of our tree, and we're going to go 24 inches all the way around. Okay, Brian's going around with his Wolverine sod spade, and he's cutting the diameter out, a perfect little circle. That's also why we're digging our holes twice the size of the root ball, because we want to give enough room for those roots to really develop through a really good medium. The depth on this plug is about 16 inches from the root collar to the bottom. So we're going to go 16 inches down and rock it out. All right, so we're at our 16-inch depth. And so we're going to have the tree, actually the root collar of that tree, at 6 inches above that point. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this backfill that's left in the hole, clean up the edges of the hole, and bring that in so we have that nice rise. All right, here we go. It's time to get this tree in the ground. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay this puppy on the side so we can slide it out of the pot here. Here we go. Now we're exposing that root system. Now we see this root system decided to spin around in that pot for a while. So I'm going to have Brian give us a score every once in a while, and I'll spin the tree as he goes. And we're making our way to the hole while we're doing that. Being efficient with our motions. There we go. Now we're going to drop this into the hole. Boom. All right, that should do it. All right, let's see what we got. Very good. Very good. So we're in the center now, boys and girls. So our next step is applying mycorrhiza and massaging that in to these nice fibrous roots to increase the root mass as this puppy grows. And what that'll do is allow it to uptake all sorts of yummy nutrients. All right, now we're at preparing the backfill stage. So we're going to take our excavated soil and we're going to add enriched topsoil to it. Now what enriched topsoil is simply pulverized topsoil enriched with compost. So we're going to start to add that to our excavated soil, put a nice layer of that on top of our excavated soil. Okay, now we're starting our backfill process, and of course we're mixing in really pulverized. We beat the heck out of our excavated soil, and we mixed in our enriched topsoil, and now we're backfilling. And all right, now we're going to go around that perimeter. Really good to have like a watering wand, or especially like your rain setting. We built a nice structure in here. Now this is the edge of our hole. And you notice how we have a nice little rise here. No volcano. Here's your root collar. Nice, nice. Now what that's intended for is when we come back in with our mulch, and in this case, I'm a big proponent of very organic style mulch. And this is just good old pine bark. And what it does is allows you get a nice mulch edge, actually a bed edge out of your tree ring. Now we're giving our beautiful red point maple its final drink of the day. And you want to see your water actually standing on the perimeter. That way you know it's nice and full and very soaked. And it'll slowly start to percolate down and kind of fill in those oxygen pockets and really give that tree a nice home. Now it's tree staking time. So we're driving in our fir tree stakes, and we're going to of course use our cool little wrap straps for around the bark with 14 gauge tree wire. Take my little cutters on the middle of that.
Add a little bit more strength is what Chris is doing here for that wire.
Give it a little spin.
Still got a little bit of give. You still want it to be able to move in the wind. It's not too tight. For those homeowners that want to make sure you get the right amount of water to your trees on a weekly basis, we have the Do Right slow release tree watering donut, and it's going to slowly percolate water there for 5 to 8 hours. So if you don't have a hose that you can leave there in a slow trickle, this is also a great way to make sure you get your water to the root zone of your newly planted tree. Absolutely. No, Chris, we appreciate him coming out here today, and for our lovely homeowner for making sure we could videotape her property. But this is Tree Planting 101 with DCA Outdoor. Please check out all of our other green industry brands at dcaoutdoor.com. That's where you're going to find Schwalt Brother Tree Farm. You're going to find Plant Right Supply, Cat, Rehab, and several other of our green industry brands. So we appreciate your time today, and we'll see you next time.